The Summer Hikaru died volume review. It has Hikaru's face, it has Hikaru's voice, it even has Hikaru's memories, but whatever came down from the mountains 6 months ago isn't Yushiki's best friend, publishes Bob. Yushiki and his best friend Hikaru are on their way home from school. It's summer, it's baking hot, and the local store only has one Papiko's ice cream left. As they sit outside the store to eat, hawkish, Hikaru says, grunting widely. What it is torture. Torture, ain't it? And Yushiki, very correctly, corrects his pronunciation. It's been 6 months since Hikaru went missing up in the mountain and was found. A week later, but something's been troubling Yushiki ever since. Now he turns to Hikaru and says, "You ain't the real Hikaru, are ya?" Suddenly, the atmosphere changes Hikaru. Hikaru grabs hold of Yushiki, holding him close, and says, "But I'm supposed to be a perfect copy of I'm, who see as one side of his face disintegrate, morphing into something that owes his darkness. I may be borrowing this body and the personality, but my feelings for you are real. So please, I didn't want to kill you." Yushiki says quietly, "Okay, Hikaru, nice to meet ya." But in the way home, they meet a crazed old woman who points at Hikaru and yells barely distinguishable words, full of fear and warning. "Nonoka-sama, don't tell me you're down here now." Yushiki now knows the truth, or some of the truth, about this Hikaru who is and isn't his Hikaru, but has anyone else, other than the crazy old lady, noticed. At school one day, classmate Maki asked Yushiki to accompany him on the route he has to take home. While the shortcut tunnel is out of action, he has to go through the forest and has been previously spoke. "It's like my eyes can't move away from the path in front of me." Hikaru asked to go along too, and two of the girls join in, excited as a possibility some kind of adventure. But on the way back along the forest path, odd things start to happen, and Yushiki suddenly notices something in the darkness of the trees that's getting nearer and nearer. The constant whirring and drone of cicadas dominates almost every page of the summer Hikaru died. We can almost feel the oppressive summer heat as we look at the lush vegetation, see the dragonflies zooming around, and we also sense the nameless menace lurking deep within the trees, further out the mountain from the village. But the story is set. This sense of something other insects, the whole look and feel of the narrative which is at most vertically recreated on the page. Mangaka Mokomokoren has taken a familiar trope in horror fiction, the infiltration of an Asian and human power that haunts the wild places into the everyday lives of the local human community. They recreated their own version, a narrative that's so well told and drawn that you find yourself compelled to turn the pages to find out what happens next. Even though you don't want to look. Yushiki, from the moment we first see him, looks haunted. There are dark circles beneath his eyes. He's not the schoolboy with glimpses and flashbacks. The early days when his Hikaru was still alive. Mokomokore is very skilled at pacing the narrative, introducing more and more hints that all is not well in the village. To what extent can the adults be trusted? The crazy old lady the boys encounter is depicted in a terrifying way. Under the hollows, he is even more terrifying. The way the village cat Min's Aniki reacts to Hikaru is equally terrifying. We're a familiar horror territory here. The animals can see and sense what the humans cannot, but Hikaru is not hiding anything from his best friend Yushiki. Quite the opposite. He, or just brutally frank, later scenes show us how much he's invited Yushiki to know him, blending this color of horror, hence to Junji Ito, but also Yuki Orochi, Bara's Mushishi, and the strange kind of intimacy. Yes, there are unmistakable BL resonances here as a bond between the two boys goes deep, and even though Hikaru jokes around, it tells Yushiki that although he has Hikaru's memories, everything he's experienced as a human is for the first time in fresh and surprising, but later on, Yushiki meets a middle-aged woman who says bluntly, "You gotta get away right this instant." What does she know? Does Yushiki want to hear what she has to tell him? The translation for Yen Press is by Anjali Oloye and uses an American backwoods style of speaking to convey the country flavor of the villager speech. I can only assume that the original Japanese dialogue is also in a similar vein. There are two useful pages of translation notes, including a fascinating explanation of the way Hikaru's name is written in the original version, the Chinese character for the original Hikaru and katakana for Hikaru, and how this has been updated to work in the English translation. Praise must also go to Abigail Blackman's lettering. The text is heavy with sound effects, from the cheering of the cicadas to a range of other sounds, many that are significant or sinister, and the reinterpretation of them, as well as a rendition of other voices and sounds, is strikingly effective. There are two color images at the front One in the double page spread and a striking black and white preview at the end of the volume. I prefer my horror to be subbed in this delivers exactly my kind of slow burn narrative. The next volume is due out in October from Yen Press, and the series is ongoing at 4 volumes in Japan. A review copy from Yen Press was supplied by Style Book Distributors UK, 10 out of 10.